Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Arrowhead Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They're set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On first down, Mixon. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Mixon. And he's got this down to the 35. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow being chased out left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
6 yards, and it's 3rd down. Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We're scoreless after 1. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. 2nd and 14. Burrow on play action. He will find his man Chase complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. From the 10, 1st and goal. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Mahomes. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Burrow. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to it.
And he's had the hot hand. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Two first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On 1, right?
To the air again, Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And this one too low.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there. And it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. That'll go in the books as just a 16-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now a swing pass, it's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Right back to Dobbins on first. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Rolling to his right. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give. Dobbins trying the right side. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This time Burrow will look to throw. Going up top. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And some room to work. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Samaje Perine, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Dobbins. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
Mahomes' throw complete here to Ayuk. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Mixon with a first down and more. The 40. The 20.
Oh, we got plenty of fight, baby.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So that run there, yeah, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And how about the situation that we're in right now? Because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs. And that was an A-plus effort right there.
From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well, all right? If you're kicking field goals, that's great, but your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia, I'm trying to erase this deficit. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mahomes firing complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And again, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. First down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mixon with a 1st down carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball.